So, there are some indignant rules when it comes to conversation, in my opinion, my personal, profound opinion. And these came up because some people just don't want to shut up. They don't take hints when you're not paying attention to them. And frankly, they think that everything they say is, well, some kind of profound shit. And we all know that's not true, don't we? Rule 1. Every piece of belligerent shit that dribbles from your fucking brain cells does not have to be spewed out of your mouth and heard. Because for the most part, people don't give a shit. They really don't. And they're probably not listening, and even if they are, if you sit there and act like you're some kind of contrary being, they're going to shut you out. They're going to block you out, and they're probably going to walk away. Pull out their phone, call someone to please come pick them up because this conversation is irritating them. Rule number 2. Don't be a cunt. If someone isn't looking at you, stop fucking talking. If your breath stinks and they're avoiding you in every possible way, considering you're up in their face, your ass is in their face, so if your breath stinks, they really can't do much except for avoid you and not look at you. They're either doing that, or, and this is more likely, they aren't listening and don't care. Fuck's not given. Rule 3. Do not insult someone. Do not insult someone when you're trying to get your point across. Just don't do it. Don't call someone stupid while trying to get them to listen to you. The last thing anyone in the history of ever wants to hear is, I know you're not the brightest thinker, or I know you're not the brightest bulb in the box, I know you're not the sharpest tack. But, there is no but. You just fucking insulted them. They have lost interest in your conversation. They think you're a dick now. All rights reserved to the fact that you've just insulted someone and they don't want to hear you talk anymore. Rule number 4. If someone is on their phone, computer, or shooting themselves mid-sentence, they're probably suffering. They're probably suffering from listening to you talk and drivel and banter on about bullshit. They're probably getting sick of you, so shut the fuck up. Rule number 5. And this is just a suggestion. Some people should not be allowed to talk, should not be allowed to say more than 2,000 words a day. Because, truthfully, I don't think their IQ allows it. I don't think their IQ will give them more than that much intelligible speech a day. Because they just can't process it. Because they're fucking idiots. And when they say things, you're just like, shut up, or shut up. There's quite a few people that talk to me that I have this urge to punch them in the face. This is actually rule number 5. The last one was a suggestion. Rule number 5 is, somebody looks at you in an irritated manner. They're probably either mad about what you're saying, don't agree with what you're saying, or have heard enough and want you to shut up. Oh, and by the way, don't repeat yourself over and over again. There's no point beating a dead horse. Oh. And don't bring shit up from past conversations that they didn't give a fuck about, because they still don't give a fuck about it and don't want to hear about it now. Another thing I'd like to add to this. Talking louder will not get you heard. Will not make someone give a fuck. Do not talk so loud that people in a 5-mile radius can hear you. Let me explain to you what a mile is. 5,000 some feet. Okay, 5,280 feet if I'm being correct here. So 5 of those, you shouldn't be talking loud enough for people to hear you 5 of those away. Especially a radius of that. Because that's roughly making you, I don't know what, a fucking big mouth. Also, if someone goes to talk, don't act as if they weren't trying to talk. I'm guilty of interrupting people, I know this. But it's because I sit there patiently for 20 minutes listening to some person bridger on about fucking talk about something that I don't know or care about and I don't really want to hear. And I figure I've been polite long enough. Fuck you, boom, out come the words. maybe I am permitting interrupting people, but then again saying that you shouldn't. Unless you're interrupting somebody to tell them dinner's ready, or that the house is on fire, or a pale excuse to try and get them to shut the fuck up if they're like the person I'm discussing here. Which I'm not really discussing anyone, I'm just, rambling on about things I think should be common law of conversation and common fucking courtesy. Come on now. If you think that people don't want to hear what you're about to say, what's about to flop out of your mouth, don't even let it get to your tongue. Do not. Because chances are, it's bullshit. And no one cares. I'm trying to be very animated because I'm not working with much here. I know I'm not pretty to look at, so I hope I'm getting my point across. But the thing is, it's just like, I don't know, a lot of people are idiots out there and should not be allotted over 2,000 words. I know I've said this before. But, I just talk to people on a daily basis that I think, I'm not gonna kick your ass because your head's in the way. You know what I mean? Like, people like that. Bye.